What can we learn from Steve Harvey? Man, y'all don't want to miss this. Grab your stick, grab your drink, and let's get into this thing right now. Yeah. It's your boy JD, live and direct to you. You know what it is. Come on and join in. What up? It's your boy JB coming at you live and direct. You know what it is. It's the Smoke Something, Drink Something podcast. I'm the Real Cigar Jeff. You can find me on Instagram at the Real Cigar Jeff. You can find me on Facebook at the Smoke Something, Drink Something podcast. And of course, you're on YouTube, man. Do me a favor. Smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn on that bell for notifications, man, so you get alerted every time we drop one of these bangers. And tonight's topic is, what can we learn from Steve Harvey? And y'all know the hometown hookup edition is in the building once again, because when we having these real topics, I got to bring in real people who gonna give it to y'all raw. Y'all know who in the building. I gotta toss it to him. He back out on his porch, so y'all know y'all about to get it. He got the midnight sky in the background, high yellow and all, looking like the moon over there. He looking all bright out there in that night sky. We gotta let him introduce himself. The resident antagonist, the self-prescribed people's champ. Y'all, let him introduce himself. Tell y'all where y'all can find him on the socials and what he's smoking on and what he's sipping on tonight.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy TLC. You can find me on Instagram at TLClayton1. I'm also on Patreon, The Joke I Didn't Tell. Tonight I'm smoking on, this is the Romeo and Julieta. This is the 1875 stick.
Okay, there you go. I can see it now. Okay.
I've got the Williford Reserve here that I'm sipping on.
That man said Williford. He meant Woodford, guys. He already been sipping
Woodford?
on it. Yeah, he said Williford.
I've been out here for a minute.
Yeah, he been out there sipping on it already. Y'all know how it is, man. You know we got the welcome TLC like we always welcome. That's enough. Yes, Lord, that's enough. Y'all know who I got next, man, because as TLC calls her the realest. TLC said Rhonda is the realest, man. Y'all know who we got next. Last but not least, A1 from day one. I gotta let her introduce herself. Tell y'all where y'all can find that on the socials and what she's sipping on tonight.
Listen, man, guys, thanks for the compliment. What's up, JB? Thanks, TLC. I hope I could be the realest tonight. What's up, everybody? Thanks, Jeff, for having me back on. It's your girl, Rhonda. You can find me on IG at RMBLMBT. Hopefully, in the next week or two, I'll have some other links for y'all to follow me on, but y'all just wait.
Hey, she working on it.
Just wait. Tonight, I'm trying to be good. It's been a long day, so I just came from the gym doing my hip-hop step class. So R&B LMBT is sipping on her protein shake.
Okay.
Yeah.
What mixed with what? Ice.
Oh, I didn't put my ice in there. I do need my ice. Y'all may get I do need my ice.
So, go ahead and get you some ice, man. We ain't adding it. Y'all know I appreciate Ron.
Yeah.
Appreciate Ron being in. She can get some. She can get some for podcast. This is absolutely sad.
Can we all leave?
Man, y'all know, man, and Rhonda on her way back. Y'all know I'm smoking on my Cigar International bundle that I got. It's a Cohiba derivative. I ain't gonna lie, I can't get enough of this stick. This bundle didn't cost me but $49 for 20 sticks. And this cigar, I've been enjoying every night smoking one of these. This thing is smooth. I'm had to end up going to get some more TLC. I ain't got the name brand tonight. And man, of course, y'all know I'm sipping on my bullet. I'm sipping on my bullet, and because TLC never believes what I have, I got to show y'all the bottle. Because for haters like TLC that think I got whale bourbon in there and not putting the real bourbon in.
You might change it out in the bottle.
I changed it out. It's sweet tea from Publix. That's what it is. It's sweet tea from Publix.
That's what I need to start doing.
Yeah, man. Look, it's sweet tea from Publix. I'm over here acting like I'm getting tight. Man, y'all know what it is. We about to get right into this thing. What can we learn from Steve Harvey? If y'all don't know, man, Steve Harvey, unfortunately, is in the news. And again, just to give y'all a little bit of a background, Steve Harvey in the news because of his wife, Marjorie. Marjorie is again, guys. This is all allegedly. This is all for entertainment purposes only. I want to make sure we get that disclaimer out there. That we don't have any tangible evidence of what's going on. We just speaking about trending events that's happening in the news. So everything you hear tonight is allegedly, and everything you hear tonight is for entertainment purposes only. I have to make sure I put that out there, Mac, because we blowing up a little bit on YouTube. Thank y'all for all my subscribers, all my listeners. We got to say allegedly. Now we can't be. It's somewhat real. People having somewhat real conversations. Okay, so that's what we go. TLC, I saw the merch. We're going to have to write, get you a Sharpie and put somewhat real and somewhat real conversations. All right, we got that cup. I got to discontinue it.
Yeah.
Right. So everybody knows what Marjorie's been accused of. It's been viral. It's going viral that she's been accused of sleeping with the bodyguard, sleeping with the chef. And Steve Harvey is having to come out and address it. She's put out stuff on social media that she won't entertain the lies and all that kind of stuff. So TLC. Me and you, of course, man, full disclosure, y'all know me and TLC get together and talk during the week and disagree. We disagree in private, too. So I'm glad this podcast is coming up. I got to wait.
That doesn't change.
Yeah, that doesn't change. We disagree in private, too. Just so y'all know, we ain't faking behind the scenes. We really don't get along privately and publicly. But, opposites attract. For some reason, you like hanging around people who going to debate you all the time. TLC, when you got the topic, what did you think, brother?
The first thing I was thinking about was, I don't know if this is true or not. I'm seeing it online, but I'm like, what source is this? Where is it coming from? And it kind of took me back to, unfortunately, when Kobe passed away. I think it was like TMZ broke the story. And I was like, oh, that ain't real. You know what I'm saying? He ain't dead. And then as it turns out,
he was.
Even though TMZ doesn't seem like a legitimate site, they were actually right. And I was all sad and just couldn't believe it. So now I'm seeing this thing with Steve Harvey, and I'm like, okay, what site is this? Let me go to another site. Let me go to another site. Let me go to another site. And they're all saying the same thing until Steve Harvey came out and said, like, oh, no, it's not real. But I'm like, you know what? I've been on to like about 20 other sites that says it is real. So it's kind of hard to figure out what's actually going on there. And so that was my first impression. Like, when they say when there's smoke, there's fire, like there's something going on. Like, I don't think this rumor just came out of nowhere. So now are they getting a divorce? I don't know, but there's something going on.
So, and TLC, I like what you said. Where there's smoke, there's fire. Where there's smoke, there's fire. And I think that's the hardest thing. I like what you said, TLC. I like how you brought it right there, which is nobody knows what's going on but a few people. And I'm gonna get into my take on it, because Ron, I'm interested to hear, because when I talked to Ron been busy, y'all. She making time. If I wasn't her brother, it wouldn't be on the. I'm running out of people, guys, that they about tired of this podcast. Now all of a sudden they busy. As you can see, Torrance, we normally watch the sunset behind TLC. Yeah, now his dog is all get out back there. Ron, when you got
I got one star right above my head.
Yeah, I wonder why.
It's shining right down on me.
So. It's a drone. I hope it's a drone. Yeah. Yeah, Ron, when you got the topic, Ron, what did you think?
So I wasn't that well versed in it, for one, and I said, well, after you said, I was like, well, I'm gonna have to do some research. I can't be prepared because TLC always prepared.
Said no one ever. Go ahead.
And then I said, but you know what? I could see it being true, because on my Instagram feed, I would always get the ads from him that he was promoting some product that helped with vitality and libido and all that. So I was like, yeah, if she can't get it, she got to get it from somewhere. Back to you, JB.
Rhonda always toss it back to me when I'm drawing on my cigar. Right?
My bad. But basically, that's what I thought. I didn't. It wasn't a big topic for me. I mean, like he getting up there, so I could see if he's having a little trouble. And some people's needs may not be being met, and so she looks fabulous. Make me want to do Pilates. But that's my business.
Look, and I'm gonna tell you, man. I think both of y'all make a good point. I'm gonna tell y'all what my belief is, and again, guys, this is all rumors. We just going off of the rumors. We don't know anything that's true. I believe it's true. And the reason I believe it's true, when TLC said, let's talk about this, because TLC sent me a couple topics of some trending events that's going on. I just thought this was the most compelling right now. I told TLC last week when we did the last podcast, because I want to bring up something he said. I told TLC, let me see if this gonna go away before we decide we're gonna talk about it. And this thing ain't going away, right? Now, here's the deal, guys. Here's the deal. The reason why I think it's true, I ain't seen one lawyer send off a cease and desist letter to any person on social media that's breaking it. And I'm gonna tell you how I know it's true. Let me tell you how I know it's true. Steve Harvey out there having to explain. Marjorie ain't out having to explain nothing. Go ahead. Go ahead, TLC.
See, I had a theory though. My theory was a little bit different than yours though. I had a conspiracy theory.
Oh,
So
Lord.
if you think about maybe a week or 2 weeks ago,
Mm-hmm.
he had that thing where he had a post on social media, and
the
it was
funny
about the
comedian.
joke, who's not the funny comedian, and
Funny
he
comedian.
had to get up there then, and he had to say, well, basically said, I had to fire my media person.
Yes.
So I'm like, maybe you're a media person.
The media person leaking this, TLC.
Either leaking this or they put that out there to kind of hurt his reputation.
Think about it, guys. Think about it. TLC, y'all got to understand. Go back and watch the Love Languages podcast. And I normally don't give TLC credit, but he said something.
I feel something good coming my way.
It's coming your way because you pointed this out in the last podcast. Y'all go watch that Love Language podcast. TLC called it out. The problem ain't the love languages. It's the problem who wrote the book. The problem is with the person who wrote the book. And TLC specifically used Steve Harvey in the podcast last time when he said, when Steve Harvey wrote the book, Act Like a Woman, Think Like a Man, people had a problem with Steve Harvey at this point. Why do I think it's true, guys? I think it's true because how she's acting. And y'all got to understand, this is the best part about when something like this happens. This is the best part about something like this happening. And then, Ron, I want your thought on this. The person who did it never has to come out and fix it. It ain't Marjorie sleeping with the bodyguard or the chef. Steve Harvey's wife sleeping with the chef, sleeping with the bodyguard. Steve Harvey morning show host. And y'all got to understand, let's go back. It's been crumbling. Not only did they release that text, but y'all remember, it's been crumbling for a minute. Shirley Strawberry husband is locked up right now, waiting trial for dealing with the little girl, dealing with the minor that got caught. Shirley Strawberry, who's on his morning show, got caught up with some fraud stuff. And when they were investigating, they found that he was dealing with a minor. Who introduced Shirley Strawberry to her husband? Steve Harvey.
Oh.
They got some stuff going on in this relationship that's starting to look, guys, that dam is about to crack. That dam is about to crack. And I ain't seen not one cease and desist letter that says, hey, y'all need to shut that down right now. It's not true. You don't have proof and that kind of thing. Rhonda, you hearing about Shirley Strawberry. You hearing about the like TLC bought the tweet that y'all name a comedian that ain't funny. He had to fire this person. The leaks are coming out. What are you thinking when you hear that?
Well, y'all have definitely educated me tonight on all of this because I didn't know all of that. All I know is Marjorie, she's not the big name when it comes to the couple. She's not the big name in the couple.
Mm-hmm.
And so I could get why they would say Steve Harvey's wife, because that will get your attention. And she walks out here looking fabulous every time she steps out, right? And so if your people on the inside don't have your back, then you might as well just be out here not even trying to correct anything, because they're going to dime you out anyway. But the thing about it is, it's something about saying a man's manhood is not all the way working. And
it's allegedly. That's allegedly.
Allegedly. All I know is this. We talked about the love languages. Definitely go check that out. But physical touch was one of those things, right? And you're not going to find too many vibrant women out here of a certain age that could wait for some things to be changed. And that's why I said I didn't know, because I felt like he was doing the ad for the supplement. I was like, oh, okay, like, he need a little help. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Like, but if a woman's fed up and she's tired and needs aren't being met, I could see if something does slip out, because maybe that is her way of saying, hey, maybe I could get this or maybe I could get that so I could get out of what I'm in.
And y'all got to understand that Rhonda being very generous. Rhonda being very generous. Now, what some of the people are saying online is that Marjorie caught Steve being unfaithful. So it may not be that Steve is having that issue, right? Then you got some people online who are saying Steve is a cuckold. And y'all can go to Urban Dictionary if y'all want to find out what a cuckold is, but kind of from a okay, well, y'all can go to Urban Dictionary if you want to find out what a cuckold is, but basically it comes down to you watching somebody else fulfill what's going on with the person you with. Now, again, guys, these are all the things that's being said online. Steve Harvey came out the other day and he said Marjorie and I are fine. I said, oh, that ain't true. Because the one thing married people got to do is we got to lie in public.
Y'all say fine all the time.
Yeah,
oh, I'm fine.
Man, we good, fine, man. Yeah, man. Yeah. And then, like I said, ain't nothing else after that, right? When y'all got to understand that marriage is all about an appearance thing. And once that appearance goes, the marriage is gone. Okay? And I'm talking to all the people who are out there. Once that appearance cracks, Rhonda just said, this woman walks out looking stunning and elegant. And guess what? Steve Harvey does too. Go ahead, TLC. Go ahead.
Well, we're talking about appearances and stuff. You know, like when a person goes to the court, they always bring out that character witness. You know, we got somebody over here.
Oh, here we go.
They always try to tear the person down to break down their character. So when I saw this story, I was like, well, I don't really know any background about Marjorie. I really didn't. So let me go up here and see what's going on with Marjorie. And I went and looked at her past, and it was like, oh boy, like
hey, TLC, she ain't no amateur. She ain't no amateur.
Oh my goodness, she done divorced like 3 or 4 guys and took all their money. Like
drug kingpins, and that drug kingpin about to write a book. That drug kingpin about to write a book because he about to get out of jail.
Get Steve. I hope he don't get Steve.
No, he ain't gonna get Steve, but you know Steve Harvey's kids. Steve Harvey's kids also came out this week, and I ain't gonna share all that stuff on my screen. But Steve Harvey's kids came out. They don't like her either. They say Steve had to do more for Lori and her other kids than he ever did for her, for them. And what I'm trying to tell you guys, what can we learn from Steve Harvey? Because we've talked about the what, but now we got to talk about what we can learn. Because I think one of the things I want to bring out, I'm gonna go ahead and take executive privilege on the podcast. I want to get y'all thoughts on this because I want to make sure we don't get to the end and we try to discuss it. What I take away from the Steve Harvey situation, this story is going viral because nobody hates success more than black people. Black people love to watch people fall. And what I mean by that is this is Steve Harvey's wife. People are clowning Steve Harvey. And if all things are true, he did what he was supposed to do. So they're celebrating that he's being humbled. Why? Because he's always out there talking about what other people should do, right? Right? You telling a woman to act like a lady, think like a man. Oh, really? Well, she thinking like one. If this is true, because it ain't just one of your people. And here's the next thing you got to learn.
Well, I was gonna say something about that. I don't think it's just race because you're saying it's black people.
This ain't on no white blogs.
But it doesn't matter. They still get attacked the same way. I think Lady Gaga always talks about fame and the fame monster and that paparazzi, all that kind of stuff. So it doesn't. If you're a celebrity, you're a person of fame. There's other media outlets that make money off of you. They're gonna make their magazines by putting you on the cover and things like that.
Help me understand what white blog or what white influencers talking about this.
They might not be talking about this because a lot of white people don't even know who Steve Harvey is.
Absolutely,
other than the guy from the Family Feud.
Other than Family Feud.
That's it. But they're attacking him because he's a celebrity.
Now they started watching the show. The Judge Show is new. One of the things y'all got to understand is if you successful, people are praying for your downfall, and they love to watch your downfall. The second thing
because he's successful and he's a celebrity. It doesn't have anything to do with being black or anything.
Yes, it does, bro. They were rooting against Dion Saturday. I ain't even going there. They were rooting against Dion Saturday, and I called it with Dion. Y'all go back, look at that podcast. It's Dion.
I knew you were going to bring that point up. I mean, you so happy.
I called it because let me tell y'all something. It's easy to predict failure. Steve Harvey going through this, and he didn't do nothing. That's being said. If Steve Harvey was unfaithful, ain't nothing popping up. And it would have been. Go ahead, TLC.
Going back to your character and the character witness in jail, they're looking at Steve Harvey's past. Dude been married like 3 or 4 times. He done cheated on his wives. he married Audrey when he was with another woman. So it's easy to make that jump. It's easy to make
what
that
can we learn from it? People are celebrating the downfall.
You can learn that people are going to always attach you to your past, no matter what you do in life.
Well, not necessarily. Not necessarily. Yeah. Right? Steve Harvey was giving out advice, right? It's the one thing I tell people on my podcast. I got the same answer for every question. Business. Because ain't nobody ever going to accuse me of not doing business. But if I go out here and act like I'm the guru on what a man should do in his house, what a man should do in his relationships, and all that kind of stuff, now you're promoting yourself for that failure. So, what can we learn? I think this is dangerous. This is why you got most people out here not wanting to be famous, because they don't want to be embarrassed about something like this. I really don't care if Marjorie did it, because it ain't hurting Marjorie. Everybody talking about Steve Harvey. And you better understand, every one of your attacks, everything that go wrong in your life, gonna be with somebody in your house or with the same blood in their veins. Jump in there, Rhonda. Let me tell me what you think.
Listen, from a woman's perspective, and granted, I've never been married, and don't really care to be.
Good.
But I can only imagine if he has done something to her over the years, and it's just been the timing of when a situation has happened. A woman never forgets. And so I hope that he hasn't done something, because that if this is the case, that's just the tip of the iceberg of her. So allegedly.
Yes. Somewhat real people having somewhat real conversations. Yes, go ahead, Ryan.
Doing those particular, doing those particular actions. But I also know people like to have their 15 minutes. And now the 15 minutes of fame is no longer the same, because it'll go viral, or the story will always be able to be found, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if these people, whoever she allegedly had relations with, saw this as an opportunity to maybe get some money, get to come up, then I could see that. But it's unfortunate, because if he thought they were on the same page and she was always or recently not as happy, there's nothing you could do about it. When a woman has made up her mind on something, she gonna do it.
Are we quoting
when a woman's head up?
I'm about to say,
ain't that what R. Kelly said?
I mean,
look, I don't own the rights to this music. Right? That's what I got to say. No, but it's so funny though, Rhonda, that you say that. Yeah. But here's what happens, right? Is this something that's been going on the whole time that they knew about internally, that now is becoming an external thing? Because here's what, Rhonda, I'm glad you said that. The bodyguard and the chef got to come out and shut this down. Like, somebody should come out and definitively shut this down. Because now, at the end of the day, I'm glad Rhonda said, what can we learn? You gonna get your 15 minutes of fame, but okay, what you gonna do with it? Like, you can't be known for just being the person who knocked down Steve Harvey's wife. Like TLC said, this is wife number 3 or 4. I can't remember exactly what it is. But what can we learn? It's the people closest to you. Ain't nobody outside of your camp. It's people inside of your camp.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there was another article I saw where the bodyguard told Steve Harvey to marry Marjorie. Right? And so now, if this is true about the bodyguard and Steve Harvey, y'all got to remember, man, the Steve Harvey we see today is not the Steve Harvey we grew up with. We grew up with Kings of Comedy Steve Harvey. We grew up with Def Comedy Jam Steve Harvey. We grew up with Sunday church suit Steve Harvey, the brighter the better. We grew up with tight edge up Steve Harvey. We grew up with Kings of Comedy Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey Show with Said the Entertainer and Regina, right? And so, and Levita. That's what we grew up with. So what Marjorie got is somebody we not connected to. I don't watch Family Feud. I don't watch that Judge Show like I used to watch the Steve Harvey Show when it was he and Said. Steve Harvey's no longer a comedian. Steve Harvey is a brand. And that's why Steve Harvey's wife that stepped out on him is not Marjorie, that nobody expected anything out of her. She a drug kingpin's ex-wife. Steve Harvey gave her to come up. And this is why when people tell you, you give people to come up, the people you get to come up to, this is exactly what they're going to do to you. Jump in there, TLC.
She may have given him some direction, though. Like you said, he's a totally different person now that he's with her. Now he's doing the talk shows. Now he's doing the radio show. Now he's doing Family Feud.
TLC. TLC, but I agree with you on that. But what I'm saying to y'all is this. Steve Harvey was always the most opportunistic out of all the comedians. He was the first one to get the show. He was the one who accepted the fact that he wasn't the funniest on Kings of Comedy, so I'm going to just turn into the MC. We remember him on Showtime at the Apollo. This guy has always kind of knew there was something better in the mainstream for him. Every other king of comedy came after him. He blazed the path, right? My thing with Marjorie is come out and shut this thing down. Come out and shut it down.
I mean, what do you want her to do?
Stuff.
What can she do? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about, the Lady Gaga thing. And it's about Lady Gaga, somebody has hard to get in front of things. It's a monster, the paparazzi. And that you can't get in front of these things. It's almost like you got to go online to see what you did, almost, when you're a celebrity.
Marriage, you're fighting this. What can we learn from? If you get married, you're fighting this every day. If they were dating, the temptation wouldn't be there. It's only happening when people are married. When you get in a formal relationship, this is what you can learn, guys. If you're in a formal relationship, you didn't hear about this when they were dating. You didn't hear about no issues with the kids when they were dating. The moment you get into a formalized relationship, you are dealing with the threat of this every day, whether you're broke or rich. But what happens is the person who does the act is never the person who gets scorned. Right? So everybody not talking about Steve Harvey ain't handling his business. Wrote that book. You ain't even you ain't got your own house under control. All this kind of stuff. Yeah, man. That man gone so much. Creating that revenue, creating that lifestyle. And guess what's happening? If you operating at one level and somebody else operating in their flesh, this is gonna happen. Because we dealing with a flesh and blood thing right now with Marjorie, but we dealing with a business thing with Steve Harvey. Because if she divorces him, Steve Harvey done. You can't be on Family Feud now. You ain't gonna be on that Judge show now, because like TLC said, his whole image was based on her. When you split that baby in half, when you split that baby in half, it's gone. Steve Harvey's not gonna be the same guy. Steve Harvey's not gonna be the same guy. What are we learning from this? You better know that any attack is coming from inside the camp. Anything that's going to destroy you is going to come from somebody you are very comfortable with. They call it stabbing in the back for a reason, because that's how close you are to me. They don't say somebody shot me in the back. They say somebody stabbed me in the back. I can trust you being behind me. I can trust going on this trip, leaving you with my wife, and not coming back to the room.
I thought that was a reference to Julius Caesar. People getting stabbed in the back.
But it could be. It could be. But it also could be that it could also be that people in your camp are the ones who are doing the most dirt. Remember, man, I tell people all the time, Jesus kept Judas on the team. He knew what he was going to do. He knew Peter was going to deny him. You got to keep these people on the team, but you got to understand your relationships are being challenged and tempted all the time. This is why Steve Harvey was paying attention and managing everybody but that one person who was standing beside him. If you don't, and that's the same thing that happened in the garden, TLC. Man was operating that garden perfectly. Who was the one he let run wild? She ain't got, she free. She can do whatever she wants to do. Now she done cut a side deal. She done cut a side deal and about to ruin the garden. She about to ruin the garden, TLC. Where's the cease and desist letter? Do y'all understand when I say that? Where's the cease and desist letter to all these people who reporting on this stuff that you need to shut this down now? It's not true. What you think, TLC?
I mean, the damage is already done. It's already out there. So he's already come out and said it's not true. She's come out and said it's not true. So,
but typically a defamation.
What can you do?
Look, Vivek Ramaswamy. For all of y'all paying attention to politics, Vivek Ramaswamy, who's one of the Republican candidates for the primary at the Iowa State Fair, he started singing word for word "Lose Yourself" by Eminem. Eminem said, "You cannot sing my song." Sent him a letter. What did Ramaswamy do? All right, man, we won't sing it. Y'all got to understand. I don't care if the damage is already done. You can't put the genie back in the bottle. But what you can do is say, "Hey, look, everybody who got an article saying that I've done this, there should at least be a cease and desist letter." There ain't nobody who's posted on Facebook or social media that I can tell that's gotten a cease and desist letter. That's all I'm telling you. We should have seen some type of cease and desist letter, TLC. Jump in there, Run.
But we don't know if they have some type of understanding. Because, like, if you look at the basis of their relationship, if they both got together while they were seeing other people, I don't know why people think that it's going to be different once you get married. There's always that level of understanding there. How they meet you is how they will keep you a lot of times. If that's where you guys met, like, you already know that that's the issue. You know the history of the marriages. You know the history of the the cheating and not being trustworthy and things like that. And so nobody used the word fine because that means nothing's fine. If
Yep.
somebody said, "Oh, it's fine," no, it's not. That means everything is messed up.
It hit the fan. It hit the
Everything
fan,
is about
y'all.
people. And the sad thing is, I haven't seen what you guys said about his actual biological
Yes.
children coming out saying that. But if anybody gonna let you know what's up, it's gonna be his biological kids. Because if they were the ones that were slighted, they have no reason to lie. But they
Especially
have
when you
every
see
reason.
Lori. Especially when you see Lori Harvey's life up here. Right?
Yeah.
When you see Lori Harvey just shot off like a rocket once Steve Harvey got into their mom made sure that her kids got looked out for.
Yeah.
Right? At the
What
expense of
do,
Steve
right?
Harvey's
Is that
other
what they do?
kids, right?
What that mouth do?
Yeah, we absolutely right. Absolutely. And we got to remember Steve Harvey was doing stand-up comedian stuff when Marjorie walked into the room, according to the story. And he said, that woman's gonna be my wife. And I think one of the things I'm trying to let everybody know that whatever arrangement they had never became a problem until marriage is in. Because if they were dating, this wouldn't be a story. Because when you're dating, you're free to see other people, right? And that's what a lot of people don't get. This is marriage is there's a lot of divorce that's just not official. And what we might be looking at, like what Rhonda said, we don't know that situation, that maybe this thing got leaked out and it started with this girl writing the text that got fired. And like, if this thing is starting to crumble before TLC and we just now hearing about it, you start going back, and all of a sudden it's like, okay. There had already been rumors of Steve Harvey. And Steve Harvey, look, on Club Shay Shay, I ain't pulling all this stuff up. Y'all can go Google it. On Club Shay Shay, Steve Harvey, who was just interviewed by Shannon Sharp, maybe a couple months ago, talking about if you provide for your woman, she won't go nowhere. That's what he said. He basically, I'm paraphrasing, but if you provide, she won't go nowhere. Now, we know every time this woman walk out, that she's looking fabulous. Every time this woman step out. I think what we dealing with is the monster she created was not the monster she fell in love with. And the more you get corporate, your flesh didn't grow. Your spirit evolves, but your flesh doesn't grow. Right? This is why I tell people all the time, if a woman step out, it's gonna be somebody who look better than you. If a dude step out, he just step out with whoever available. So if Steve is unfaithful, she don't look better than Marjorie, or we would have seen him by now. Like a dude is
Not
only
necessarily.
options. Go ahead.
No, but you know what? I'm gonna throw another piece in there. I wonder if somebody caught feelings. I wonder if someone caught feelings.
Ooh, wasn't transactional. It wasn't transactional anymore.
Yeah, right. Because at the end of the day, if something's transactional, okay, here go your money. Here, give me my money. Whatever. But what if somebody was like, "Yo, like you don't need to take this. You don't need to be
He always
here."
gone. He always gone. Look at them dry jokes he telling.
Right. But then on the flip side, if he's doing what men are supposed to do as far as provide, then that's kind of messed up, right? That's just like you working all your life making sure your significant other is taken care of, over your wife. I'm talking man and wife now, or making sure that she's good, and then all of a sudden you get sick. And she's like, "Oh, you know what? Your memory ain't good. I'm out.
You gotta go."
Yeah, I'm gone.
I think what can we learn from this, guys? I keep telling y'all, this is only a problem because of marriage. If your relationship was going just fine while y'all were dating, keep it that way. Because they didn't have this problem when they were dating, or it never got out of control when they were dating. When you're like this, go ahead, Ron.
But what if she thought she would be bigger than what she currently is? Right? And I'm gonna just use this as an example. Like this is Steph and Aisha Curry. I saw an interview this morning with them. She has her magazine. She has her pot and pan line. What you call it? You know, I'm talking cookware. And like they're doing, like, she's doing all those things outside of Steph, and now she's even into golf as much as he is. Right now, of course, they had their little stuff like at the beginning of the pandemic. But what is Marjorie doing that's making her, other than sleeping with someone else? What is she doing that puts her on a thing like, oh, Marjorie Harvey is doing this?
Outside of the Steve Harvey Foundation, outside of the Steve Harvey Foundation, I don't know anything else that she's doing. But I'm glad you brought up Steph Curry and then TLC. I want you to jump in here. Remember, Steph Curry's wife came out there and said, "I want other guys to desire me."
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because Steph getting women thrown at him all the time, and so she's trying to be relevant. She's trying to be relevant because at the end of the day, Steph got with her when he was just a saved born again Christian at Davidson. Well, now you the best player in the league. So she don't feel like she is adequate enough. So he's trying to promote her. Well, Marjorie never had a confidence problem. She's always enjoyed the spotlight. Beautiful woman. But what may have happened is what she wanted Steve to become financially, spiritually, mentally, exposed him physically. Because that man ain't gonna have no energy. Steve Harvey got how many jobs? Like, what you want that man to do? I'm doing Family Feud. I'm a judge. I do a radio show. He got a cigar problem like me. At some point, something gonna give. Something gonna give. TLC, jump in there. Let us know what you're thinking, brother.
I'm not judging this as real or not based on if there's a cease or desist order given out. I'm judging this as real or not based on what happens to Steve Harvey from here, such as allegedly he was messing with his cook. Okay, if a month from now he ends up going to the hospital for food poisoning, then I know this shit's real. Allegedly he was messing with his security guard was messing with Marjorie. Okay, if I see online that Steve Harvey was walking through the airport and someone whipped his ass and his security won't there for him, then I know this was real.
He fly private now, TLC. If you get
if you're telling me he's got the same security guard still, he's still got the same chef, and none of that changes, then I don't believe this is real.
TLC, I like what you're saying, but I think if I were giving Steve Harvey advice, I'd hope this thing go away as quick as possible. The reason why I'm saying send a cease and desist letter. The reason why I'm saying send a cease and desist letter, I don't care if it's true or not, but you at least got to make an attempt. Because one of the things I'm seeing is I'm seeing a fight that has gotten out of control, and she has embarrassed him. He'll never recover from it.
And that's why I think so.
People have a short attention spans when it comes to the internet. All they need is one more thing to break, or for some other celebrity to do something crazy, and
or
people
he needs
forget
to do
about
an interview
this.
with some big person.
Steve Harvey, if you listening, come on to Smoke Something, Drink Something podcast. Clear this up, man. I mean, look, our viewers want to know. If Steve Harvey, if you listening, I support you, Steve. I studied your introductions so that I could know how to introduce people on my podcast. So if you want to come on the hottest podcast in the land, go ahead and hit me up. Link in the description, link in the bio. Yeah, get look down in it. All that stuff, Steve. You can get in contact with me. Just have your people call my people. But I think what I'm saying to you guys, and the reason I'm sharing this screen right now, is I want to make sure we get into the meat and potatoes of this, because personally, my personal belief is that the alleged actions are true. And I hate it for Steve. Go ahead, TLC.
I got one more thing I want to say before we get to your list. I think maybe also marriage is under attack somewhat. I mean, if you think about it, before Steve Harvey, when it came to Hollywood marriages, everybody was looking at Will Smith and Jada. And now they've kind of faded back into the limelight a little bit. So now who are they looking at? Steve Harvey's got a famous marriage. So I think maybe that's under attack.
But TLC, I think this is a black thing. And the reason why I said in the beginning, if you are black and successful, nobody's praying for your downfall more than other black people. I don't see this on any white blogs. I don't see this on any white blog. I ain't seen this on TMZ. I ain't seen this on TMZ. I ain't seen this on Page 6. Now, it may be, but somebody pointed out to me if it is. You got to understand, it's hard being black and hard being successful. Y'all know how many people look on this podcast, first thing they say, who do he think he is? Don't nobody care about his opinion, right? Who told him he was real?
I didn't know you would read my comments like that.
That's TLC's burner account, by the way. All my comments come from TLC's burner account. I'm like, change out the host. Podcast was good, but change out the host, it'd be perfect. But I think that's why I say it, guys. Black people, it's hard, man. Black people believe everything is competition. Black people think that if Steve Harvey falls, that's the only way I can get ahead. Or I need somebody to make me feel like my choices are not as bad as they were. Why am I pulling up this article for y'all? This is on The Star. right? Nabila Hatimi, right? Nabila Hatimi. And I'm gonna just pull this up. TLC, can you see it? Rhonda, can you see it?
Yep, I got you.
All right. I'm gonna just pull this up. People who bask in the glory of internet fame by trying to destroy other people's hardworking families are the lowest types of humans, in my view. Underachievers who have little cause to celebrate in their own lives will delight in the misfortune of those who are always more successful than them.
Mm-hmm.
And that is what is happening, right? Rhonda talking about how fine this girl, how fine this woman is. This woman is, and guess what though? Steve don't look bad either. Right? This is a hell of a business couple. Y'all know Beyonce and Jay-Z went through this. Beyonce broke out the song to the left. Everything you got is in a box to the left. Everybody go get Becky with the good hair. Y'all got to understand, every black couple, it is hard to be successful in black in business because a lot of black people can't identify with where you are. Now, I want y'all to look at this paragraph right here. The rumor started as a split between the couple, then morphed into a long story about how Marjorie cheated on Steve with his personal chef and bodyguard. Then it turned into a divorce talk where she was taking half his net worth. By Monday morning, everyone had added their 2 cents to the story or added more unverified stories. So the whole thing just turned into a messy snowball of hearsay. And this is what I like about the paragraph she did right there. The worst part about the rumor is not the fact that someone made up damaging information about a couple that could have potentially ruined their careers or broke up their families. The worst part about the situation is how easily people believed it, how excited they were at the prospect of something bad happening to a popular celebrity, and how they were eating up the dirt with so much glee at the misfortune of someone else. Some went as far as to add more damage and tales to the story. Now, y'all know me, man. This thing, when she said that, this what God, look, TLC, I had to bring this up when I saw this article. That's what I know we can learn from this. Everybody is praying for your demise. Everybody, go ahead, TLC.
From seeing this article, and this is the first time I saw this article,
Mm-hmm.
you want to know what popped in my mind?
What, how you do me?
Halle Berry.
Oh.
Halle Berry. How when she posts that, now she has to pay all this alimony
Yes.
to her. Everybody was so happy, like you got what you deserved, and good riz. You shouldn't have been with them white people. I was like, what the heck?
I shouldn't have been with the white guy anyway. This woman got to pay 4%. This woman got to pay child support every month, and 4%, 4.5% of her money over $2 million a year. If she goes over $2 million, she owe him 4% of that. I said,
and nobody
oh my God.
cared. Everybody was happy.
Nobody cared. Black
said,
people,
damn.
and notice when we say everybody, nobody cared. Black people were like, good. And one of the things y'all got to see, man, this lady said, I wondered if he went online to see for himself just how far people would go to drag his name in the mud all for the sake of entertainment. Man, look, I saw this article, guys, and I apologize because I'm like, oh my God. How many people right now, the three of us on this podcast, my dad, before he died, he said, everybody ain't praying for you. Everybody ain't praying. I don't need certain people praying for me because some people are praying for your demise. And look at this, right? Some of these people have cheered him on his journey to be the successful man he is. Some of them regard him as one of the best hosts and comedians of his generation. Yet these very same people who revered him for his work were about to make him lose everything over baseless rumors. Right? So I'm saying all that because I want to get to one more. Let me see. I ain't gonna look, y'all know, I want to get to one more. I apologize. Right?
I mean, it's the same thing with Will Smith and Jada. It's just all celebrities, man.
People, no, but TLC, this is different.
I think people have a problem with reality and like watching reality TV and real life people. Like,
but TLC, this is different.
Gets blurred for them.
Will was getting embarrassed by Jada on that Red Table Talk. Steve Harvey has done nothing but promoted and revered this woman.
You don't know what's going on behind the scenes.
I'm talking about in public, TLC. I'm talking
about
public. Let me read this sentence, and then we're gonna come back out of here. People will always take pleasure in your downfall. They will speak on how they felt something was not right, or pile onto the rumor by saying how they heard something similar from somebody else. Underachievers who have little cause to celebrate in their own lives will delight in the misfortune of those who are always more successful than them. I got to leave that one up, bro. TLC.
Yeah.
What Jada did to Will is completely different. They had an open arrangement and all that. August Alsina blew it up. August Alsina blew it up, right? I understand that arrangement. What I'm telling you is when people stop honoring the arrangement, now you got a problem. And guys, I'm gonna tell y'all like this. I'm a Steve Harvey fan. You can't deny what the man achieved. When you hear how he was standing in his car, ran out of all his money, but all that man could do was tell jokes. And I'm just telling y'all right now, it ain't that many people in the position like Steve Harvey. Right? And again, we all black up here, so we can talk about this. Once you lose Steve Harvey and Marjorie, who left? We got Jay-Z and Beyonce. Who else? Jamie Foxx then got healthy. He ran right back.
He love her.
Jamie Foxx went right back. Jamie Foxx said, "All right, I'm good, man. Appreciate y'all." But Jamie Foxx, TLC. Who else we got left?
I'm just saying. I think it's a celebrity thing.
Wife.
Say what, Ron?
You got Denzel and his wife.
Okay.
You got Ice Cube and his wife. You got Method Man and his wife. You got Snoop and his wife.
Okay.
I think it's a thing about celebrities and tearing celebrities down in general. I don't think it's a race thing. I don't think it matters who the celebrity is.
TLC, this is a race thing altogether. Black people hate Steve Harvey. You just said it on the podcast that people hated when he wrote that book, Act Like a Woman, Think Like a Man. They made a movie out of it. They did two movies with it. We got to call a spade what a spade is, right? People think Steve Harvey is a sellout. It doesn't matter if it's true. But I'm going to tell you like this. If it ain't true, Marjorie needs to do more to clear this up. If it is true, Marjorie need to do what she's doing, which is stay your ass out of the spotlight. You don't leave your house or the DoorDash. You stay until, and well, if I'm Steve Harvey, I'm gonna create. I hope and pray that Donald Trump get arrested again, so I get out the news.
Oh, Lord.
You need another TLC. We need Trump to get indicted again. If I'm Steve Harvey, I need something that's gonna take over the news. Right? You look, man. Y'all know this story has not gone away. TLC, we've been talking about this for 2 weeks, and this story has not gone away. And people are piling. I was watching Corey Holcomb on YouTube, and man, ain't nobody feeling sorry. Ain't TK, the comedian TK, I don't know, I can't remember TK's last name. TK Kirkland. Bruh, ain't nobody feeling sorry for this dude. Everybody's like, good, you deserve it. And wow. I'm just like, Rhonda, it's bad out there for Steve Harvey, man.
So is this one of the few articles?
Rhonda, every article. This is one of the few articles who support Steve Harvey. What I'm trying to tell you right now, people are so glad that he's even being involved in this. And it's sad to watch. And I didn't realize he was hated that much, but then Denzel said it in American Gangster. Success has enemies. Right? When Denzel was buying from the mafia, he said, man, I thought you said you were going to protect me. I don't feel real protected right now. What did the mafia tell him? Man, success got enemies. What you want me to do? Bruh, there ain't nobody who can console Steve Harvey. What you going to say? Hey, man, maybe it wasn't that good. What you going to say to him? Right? Because here's what happens. This been going on for a while. This ain't just pop up. This been going on for a while. This ain't no, well, oh man, like, dude, we got drunk at the club. No. And now the bodyguard is posting motivational quotes on his Facebook page.
Who is the bodyguard?
The bodyguard. Hold on, let me see if I can find it.
Oh, Lord.
As long as he's still his bodyguard, I don't think it's an issue.
Let me see if I can find it.
Is he still the bodyguard?
I don't know if he's still the bodyguard or not. Hold on. Let me see if I can find that real fast. Let me see if I can find it, because I saw that today. I died laughing.
But maybe he's always had motivational quotes. It's just no one's paying attention to him. We don't know.
That's true.
You know? You didn't start going to his page until this happened, so.
Well, no, I saw an article that said it.
Know his name. Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I'm saying you didn't know.
Nobody know his name. He just like don't nobody know TLC. That man, Jeff's boy. Yeah, that's what they say. Yeah, that's what they say.
Right.
Let's see what happened. Hold on. Let's see what happened. Here we go. I need to show y'all this one, and then we're going to get out of here. Hold on, let me see if I can share this real fast. Hold on. I need to show
And this is the
TLC.
Bodyguards quote.
This is what TLC gonna love. Look at this title, TLC. This is Russell Wilson and Future stuff right here. Let me see. Hold on. Let me get it back up. Hold on. You gotta love this. All right, there we go. Steve Harvey and wife Marjorie, bodyguard, Big Boom, post on pain. He post on pain and secrets in a relationship go viral. There's a lonely woman behind that beautiful.
Oh wow.
TLC.
Oh wow.
TLC. Look at this right here. Look, you know you done lost. You know you done lost if the man named Big Boom. You can't if you ain't got no nickname.
What's booming? What's booming?
Look, he turned Cupid for them back in 2005. As per several sources online, he's currently active on Facebook by the name Big Boom, the bodyguard, and shares motivational quotes every day.
So there you go.
Like Big Boom is not just a bodyguard, but has also been a follower of Steve Harvey, who daily shares motivational posts on his social media handles too. But it has come to the limelight. It's his sayings on pain and secrets in a relationship that may have been related to the Marjorie Elaine cheating scandal. We got to go into this thing. He said, I want lovers to realize that when you're in love and living a criminal lifestyle, you can't tell your love on everything because at some point you're probably going to break up. And women will tell everything when they're mad to get back at you. You may think the relationship is asleep, but once you break up, everything you've done in the relationship wakes up to the public. So to be careful of the secrets you tell the person you love that can get you life in prison. Look at that right there. He posted that thing on Facebook. Let me see if I can get rid of this ad. Sorry, guys. Let me see if I can get rid of this ad. Look at that. It's right there. Another post read, I think beauty hides pain. I'm talking about beautiful homes, cars, people, and women. That's because we look at the outside and we don't realize there's a lot of pain inside. Look at this dude, there's a broken heart inside those big walls.
That doesn't necessarily mean he's talking about Harvey and Marjorie, though.
TLC, he posted it Thursday after the thing broke.
Which wall was he talking about? Lord have mercy.
But it says he posts daily. It says he posts daily, man. So
look, TLC, there's a little troubled mind inside that fancy car. There's a lovely woman behind that beautiful look. TLC, bruh, this dude then turned into a poet all of a sudden.
TLC won't cause that type of pain to a woman.
TLC, he said, TLC, take care of your pain and you won't have to spend so much money trying to hide it, TLC. Take care of your pain and you won't have to spend so much money.
When it is true.
Trying to hide it, TLC. Look, hey, guy, look.
Those might be general quotes. He quotes daily, so.
Nietzsche.
That doesn't mean he's
film Coming to America. That's not me. It's Nietzsche.
Who in big beautiful houses and big beautiful cars?
That's the lifestyle he knows.
Who you talking about, Ron? Your name Big Boom. Look, man, if your name Big Boom, at least before the story goes public, man, change your name, right? Like, cause now, look, dude, Big Boom.
No, he a brand himself.
Now he a Big Boom,
basically.
But everybody's tied to Steve Harvey, bro, and that's what I hate. He's Steve Harvey's bodyguard. Don't nobody know Big Boom. But you know Steve Harvey.
Here now, because now they on the number one.
Now this man, what Rhonda said, what walls he talking about? Allegedly, right? So, TLC, that's the new word of the day. Allegedly. Why am I saying this to y'all, man? What can we learn from this thing? When you get successful, success has enemies. Steve Harvey, bruh, ain't nothing he can do. There ain't nobody who can call him up and say, man, I know what you're going through. This man banked his whole image on this woman, and this thing is coming crashing. They not gonna recover from this. They not gonna recover from this. That's what I'm saying. I think within the next 18 to 24 months, they done. Steve Harvey's image is too important. Her image is too important. If as long as they stay together, this is what everybody gonna say. Because TLC just put it. TLC just said it right. Steve Harvey is such a public figure. If we don't see this security guard with him, that it happened. If all of a sudden Steve Harvey started gaining weight because they had to change the chef, if Steve Harvey ordering Jersey Mike's off DoorDash like me, it ain't working, right? If you find yourself ordering DoorDash, if Steve Harvey started picking up weight, that chef gone.
But that type of stuff will make you pick up weight. You either gonna lose it real bad, or you gonna
Stress.
get it real. Yes, cause of the stress. Now, if you get that belly fat,
you're
then
not
that's it.
gaining or losing weight because of stress. It's disappointment. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. We call it stress, but it's disappointment. I thought you were something. And realistically, when you are in a man's life and he's getting all the deals and you're not, Marjorie hated it. Marjorie hated it. But you got to understand, you're not him. See, y'all ever look at Dion and Tracy Edmonds? Just go look at Dion and Tracy Edmonds. She don't mind that man shining. Yeah, I don't know who his cook or his bodyguard is either. But I'm saying that you're right. But you look at it, the pressure's off of them because they're not married. Dion been divorced multiple times. Look at their relationship. Ain't no pressure. He got his son's mama in the stands rooting on his two sons while Tracy Edmonds there too. No pressure, TLC. See, what we got to start recognizing is y'all got to understand it's hard being successful. Ain't nobody rooting for you to fail unless you successful. If you already a loser, ain't nobody saying, Lord, I pray he get worse. People put you on the altar. People put you on the altar. They want to build you up so they can tear you down. And people think Steve Harvey a sellout. And when TLC said it, I don't have a problem with act like a man. I mean, think like a man, act like a lady, or whatever the book was. I got a problem with the person who wrote it. TLC, you preached on that one. And what y'all got to understand is once y'all decide y'all want to be the person that's the brand, you're getting attacked like this. Will Smith got attacked. And I look, if it's true, I wouldn't be surprised. Why? I give a person a grace period to act a damn fool. Even if it's true, she should come out. Oh my God, clutching pearls. You should put on some type of act and then come out and apologize later. But you ain't coming out saying nothing but posting on social media. Then I find out he posted on social media too. Did he tell you to write that? Now you quoting motivational stuff? What the hell Big Boom do to you?
Everything.
TLC. Big Boom over there dropping it.
Again, it says Big Boom and dropping it daily. So
Yes.
it's not like it just
How often do you see?
Okay.
How often you been dropping?
He's been writing motivational quotes daily, I should say. He might be dropping it daily too.
Within these walls.
Within these walls.
Yeah, brother, killing it. Man, look, y'all know, hey, look, look, guys, I just want to let y'all know, man, I'm telling you, I feel bad for Steve Harvey. This is why people don't want to be successful. When this stuff happened when you're broke, nobody find out. But when you successful and stuff attack your relationships, this thing sucks because everybody's praying for something in your demise because y'all know it's 99% of the people sitting at home miserable. And when they see somebody not going, misery loves company, success is an island. And this is why you got to learn how to roll by yourself. There's a reason. I drive a Corvette. Corvette only got 2 seats in it. That's why the bus got 50. Right? And I don't need a lot of people riding with me. And you got to understand the reason why you don't need a lot of people riding, you got to keep an eye on everybody in your circle. Because Satan attacks the people who can get to you. And Steve Harvey is the person who feeds you and the person who keeping you alive. And now they being accused of violating y'all covenant. Rhonda, what's your my bad. TLC, what's your takeaway from the night?
Just the internet in general, you really don't know what's what. You just got to give it some time and see how it unfolds. So, I mean, I'm a positive person. I really root for Steve Harvey. Yes.
Everybody yes. Me, right?
I'm a positive person. I root for Steve Harvey. I don't root for his demise, and hopefully it's not true, but.
So what's your takeaway? If you could give Steve some advice, what would it be?
I mean, I would just tell him keep doing what he's doing. I mean, he's successful. So, I mean, what he's doing is working for him. I would stay on that same path. Keep writing books. Hey, even if it doesn't work out.
I'm telling him, hey, man, keep doing what you're doing. Stay out there on the road.
Even if it doesn't work out, you can write a book on how it didn't work out. Just keep it going. You already got your fan base, so stick with it. It's
going to be F that B. The next book going to be F that B. Rhonda, what's your final thought, and what advice would you give to Steve Harvey?
Look, I don't know what advice I would actually give him from the standpoint I'm not on his level with money to be able to even say what type of advice I would give him. But, and I hope I'm quoting this right, In the words of the Woo, protect your neck.
And that's the realest.
That's Rhonda quoting Wu-Tang. Rhonda
Listen,
quoting Steve Harvey. Rhonda just told you protect your neck,
protect your
man. Like,
neck.
look,
I don't know.
it, it,
Yeah.
it's funny, man. Look, and I tell y'all this, man. My takeaway from the night, if you want to be successful, learn to be alone. If you want to be successful, learn to be alone. And anybody in your circle, that's on your payroll, that's who's going to damage you. And it's not a bad thing. It's just that's where the attack gonna come from. You got a fortress around everybody on the outside. Once people get inside the fortress, that's where the problem. If I'm gonna give Steve Harvey some advice, is the first thing I'm doing is I'm going out asking for the next biggest gig. Because what she's saying is all this happened. If she coming for your net worth, she gonna come in there and tell that judge, look at what he was before me, and look at what he was now, and I deserve half all of it. If I'm Steve Harvey, I'm going out getting the biggest bill. Go out, bro, and get the biggest deal you can get. That's only based on you. And here's what I tell Steve Harvey again, TLC. Go back and put the yellow suits on. Go ahead and put them suits on that you used to sell in the men's store that every dude was rocking in church in the 90s. Right? And
Man,
let me tell you,
everybody's doing the tight, skinny jeans now. Ain't nobody rocking that stuff.
look,
Don't listen. Do not listen to JB.
No, here's what I'm saying, right? No, see, what you understand, I ain't telling him to go sell those suits. I'm telling him to go back to that mindset he had. See, because you got to go back to when let me tell y'all something. When that money roll in, that's why every successful rapper got to have a ghostwriter. Because your hunger is what fuels your creativity. He ain't hungry no more. But when she take half of it, yeah, bruh, you gonna be hungry again. And y'all know what it is, man. It's the Smoke Something, Drink Something podcast. Man, y'all do me a favor. Look below in the description. Get the merch. Support the channel, man. We on our way to 100,000 subscribers. And I know y'all don't think we gonna get there. But, man, when we keep doing somewhat real people, having somewhat real conversations, y'all see it with TLC. I'm going to change that, too. Now since we official on YouTube. And, man, y'all know I got to thank my panel for coming in, man. Hey, TLC, tell them where they can find you again on the socials, man.
I'm on Instagram at TLClay1, Patreon, The Joke I Didn't Tell.
Rhonda, man, we appreciate you coming in. Rhonda, tell them where they can find you on the socials.
You can find me on IG at RMBLMBT.
And, of course, man, I'm The Real Cigar Jeff. You can find me on Instagram at The Real Cigar Jeff, on Facebook at Smoke Something, Drink Something Podcast. And, of course, man, if you on YouTube, go ahead and smash that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Turn on that bell for notifications, man. And until next time, we gonna holler. Yeah. It's your boy JB, live and direct to you. You know what it is. Like and subscribe to. Yeah. Yeah, what advice would you give to Steve Harvey?